Alright, The Lion King's officially like a decade and a half old, so I'm going to talk about this movie with some spoilers in it. But if you haven't seen The Lion King by now, what? The Lion King 3D. Alright, so I hadn't seen The Lion King in a long time. I just remember The Lion King being like my favorite Disney animation. And when I sat down in the theater and the movie started and you see and hear that intro that's all like... I was like, awesome. It takes you right back, and the intro is the best. The intro has like no dialogue whatsoever. It's just that really classic Elton John song. And Rafiki's like inaugurating Simba or whatever. He's holding him up like Michael Jackson did with his kid over the balcony. So for me, I was like, all right, I haven't seen The Lion King since I was a kid. It's been years. So I was really interested. I was like, am I gonna like the movie like I did before? Am I gonna be like, oh, well, okay, I liked it as a kid, but now it's just, you know, whatever. And I was really surprised. I really liked this movie. I was kind of giddy watching the movie. I haven't felt like that since I was a kid, probably watching The Lion King. For me, The Lion King has everything. It has a really cool father figure, you know, it's Mufasa, the voice of Darth Vader, James Earl Jones. It has an awesome villain, which happens to be Mufasa's brother, which happens to be Simba's uncle. It has a relatable hero, because no matter who you are, you've been in that situation where you're like, I gotta step up and do something. I don't want to do it though. Path of least resistance. That's more fun, you know, Hakuna Matata and all that good stuff. And who are we kidding? He rocks that 90s hair middle part perfectly. And Scar is like the baddest of the bad. He always has been. He's voiced by Jeremy Irons. Right there, you're like, awesome. As long as Jeremy Irons isn't in Dungeons and Dragons, he's great. But I mean, he stages like the coup of the century. He prepares for the murkiest scam. He tries to kill Simba. He ends up killing Simba's father, who is his brother. He takes over the Pride Lands. He just wrecks everything. He's bad. And that stampede scene's like the coolest scene ever. I remember the stampede scene being the coolest scene with the coolest music. And when I watched it today, I was like, wow, that's like the coolest scene with the coolest music. Almost as cool as... Because that is timeless right there. Timeless intro. And so when Simba runs away and he's just like, you know what, I'm out, I can't go back, and just exile myself. He meets Timon and Pumbaa, and I remember Timon and Pumbaa being like, all right, yeah, they're kind of funny, but you know, they're nothing special. When I watched it now, I was like, dude, Timon is the best. I don't know why, dude just cracked me up. Like, you know, at the very, very end of the movie, the last shot in the movie when everyone's all standing up on Pride Rock and it's all triumphant, Timon's all doing this kind of thing, you know? I'm like, look at that guy taking credit. That's awesome. Good for you, Timon. And it has the catchiest music ever. It has like the coolest soundtrack. Because in a Disney movie, you're guaranteed certain songs. You have the intro song, you have the hero song, you have the villain song, you have the friend song, you have the love song. Those are sure bets if they're going to be in a Disney movie. In this one, they're all good. When I was a kid, I liked The Lion King because I was like, oh, I like Simba and the bad guy's really bad and it's, you know, it's a cartoon, it has lions and catchy music and it's all good. Now I'm like, oh, I like Simba and the bad guy's really bad and it's, you know, it's a cartoon, it has lions and catchy music and it's all good. And it's a good coming of age story about stepping up and doing what's right because you're obligated to do it. You know, the little things in life. And the 3D in this movie is actually wasn't bad at all. It was actually pretty good. So apparently the only things that you can convert into 3D after they've been 2D and have them look good are animations and CGI movies. That's it. I felt like a kid again watching The Lion King, but appreciating the movie as an adult. And movies don't usually nail that, so props to The Lion King. Raise your kids on this kind of stuff, because there's a lot of stupid stuff out there that will make your kid dumb. Lion King is not one of them. And you'll enjoy it too, so that's awesome. Raise your kids on stuff that won't bore you. Good world. So cool characters, good hero, good story, great music, and a great morality tale for everyone to enjoy. The Lion King is still a classic. The Lion King is awesometacular. People have asked me, like, Jeremy, what are your top 10 favorite movies? That's really hard to do. A top 10 list? Wow. I would have to give a lot of thought into that. I don't know where The Lion King would stand, but I do know it is somewhere in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. It always has been, and it always will be. Unless Hollywood really steps it up now. So your favorite animated Disney movie, what is it? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.